Hey guys, have you noticed it? Have you been paying attention? That's right, a lot of the land cycles are really starting to move with modern, standard, EDH, Commander. Come on, we got a lot of stuff moving and we're going to talk about it. It's coming up next. Hey guys, welcome back. MTG Moxman here. If you're new to my channel and you're somehow finding me out there on YouTube, thanks a lot for smashing down and checking out my content today. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button, join in the fun, because hey, when we get, it's the biggest thing you can do to help a small YouTuber out. And it's free to do. It's a small pay it forward type gesture. Now guys, we have a conversation today. It's going to be a short one. It's going to be sweet and to the point. On December 24th of 2020, I put out a video about Ikoria Triomes. And I had made comments about the fact, at $6, $7 a land, they were pretty cheap. You should be grabbing them. Well, here we are. Things are starting to open up in the world in May. And the U.S. economy is starting to pump out. And people are getting their vaccines. Things are starting to move. Now, I know you guys are on a Sunday morning breakfast right now. You're just chilling out. You're like, what are you talking about, Moxman? I haven't even had my coffee yet. I understand. I'm just going to throw some prices at you. Because remember, those triomes, some of these lands we're talking about, were much cheaper 4 or 5 months ago. So let's take a look at this for a second. Enjoy your breakfast or your dog walk or hanging out with your kids as you listen. Let's take a look at this, okay? You ready? All right, number one, triomes on December 24th when I did this video, right? Way back then I said they were just wrong. They were kind of off a little bit. Guys, they were like $7 a land. They are $12. They have almost doubled in price. And I mentioned to people back then, they're fetchable. So the average price in Canada is between 12 and 20 bucks Canadian for one of these things. That's a lot of money. Okay, when you compare it to how it was, you can almost get double the amount. Now, the borderless versions of all these cards I'm talking about for the triomes, the pathways, guys, they're gonna be higher. Okay, because they're a little bit of a variation. But just a basic land you want to buy, it's gonna cost you about 12 bucks, probably with shipping. But it's a lot more money than it was way back in December, okay? Think about that. There's a lot of money to be made here for people who did buy in. There was a lot of people who told me, yeah, I'm going to buy a set. You're right, man, $7, get my 10 lands, $70, call it a day. I did it myself, and I look back and go, wow. Now, not to mention that, the sales are really strong. This card is flowing out, all versions of it. Sales by the dozens, okay? That's why I just put very strong sales because, it was a lot to count up, okay? It was a lot. Hundreds and hundreds of transactions weekly with these particular lands. And remember this, nobody's really opening a lot of Ikoria now, okay? They've moved on to other products. So if you're savvy and you're smart, pick up a few extra. Because with nobody opening Ikoria, you're going to see these lands continue to rise a little bit higher, I think, going forward. And remember, I didn't graduate Magic U. I didn't graduate, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not a true channel about financial advice or anything of the sort. This is an entertainment channel. But I have ordered a few more. I'll be honest, I've ordered a few more just because I sit there and go, well, what are the chances of more Ikoria being opened at this point? Really? Anytime soon? Which means it causes a bottleneck and causes prices to slowly inflate. And that's what you're going to see. And the fact they're fetchable makes them usable in so many decks when they cycle out, that its long-term value is going to go higher. So triomes are rocking it out, man. Just, you guys have got to understand that. You got to know. Very good card. Pick some up. Now, the pathways. Pathways are hanging low. Between $4 and $7 depending on what you're buying and what type you're buying. Very cheap. Now, compared to a regular land, think about it. They don't come into play tapped. You can choose which land, but they don't flip again. Like, you can't flip them back and forth or anything. So they're static once they get there. I understand they're not the perfect land, but they're not bad at all. So at $4 or $5, again, call time and stuff wasn't really opened a lot. Yeah, you can see why I'm thinking they might go a little bit higher than this. Not nearly as much as I think a triome will go, but they're gonna echo out a little bit. Okay, they're gonna jump up just slightly in the near future of an extra 20%, give or take 25%, depending on which ones you're buying. And heaven forbid they find a way to abuse them or use them in a different way, then that's a whole different ballgame. But that's where I see them going. But again, very strong sales. They're just selling by the pages. Locally, they're selling very well. I've checked these out, guys. Nice. Okay, now I'm mentioning all lands again for a reason, guys. Land is always key in Magic. A lot of people forget that. It's not your fancy henge, okay? It's going to be the land that gets you there. That gets you what you need to get those cards out to play. Crazy. Now, let's jump ahead here for a second. Let's go to Shocklands. Shocklands are starting to go up as well. They're starting to move along that thing of where it's like, you haven't really been printed since like Allegiance. It's already been a year or two. We haven't seen any shocks. People buy them up when they were $8-10 on sale. I bought a whole bunch when they were like $8 at Face to Face in Toronto. I bought like I think 8 or 10 of them because I need them for a couple commander decks I was trying to build. And I said, at least I'll have them if I need them. And you look at that and you go, these are just basic copies. $12 to $22 in Canada, $9 to $15 in USA, and of course $6 to $9 in the EU. Okay, guys, they're etching up again. They're slowly creeping up because they haven't been printed. And when things don't get printed and people don't want to cycle out cards from their decks, it starts building. And then there's a supply issue. And that causes the prices to rise. So it's just fascinating to me. When I did a review of some of the cards I was talking about, I go, ooh, some of these have really gone up a lot. That's just it. Now, the next one, I'm expecting a dip. Okay? For the last one we're going to talk about today, I'm expecting FetchLands to have a slight dip. Now, depending on the FetchLand you're after, because there's so many variations, you could just get like a basic Arid Mesa English for like $50 any day of the week you want. Okay? Especially if there's sales or deals. All the way up to $400 depending on which FetchLand you're after and which edition, you know, first expedition ones and stuff, you know, crazy full art. I know. Now in the US it's $40 to $350, and in the EU it's $20 to $190, which again always fits in that nice range. But the dip is coming, and I think the biggest dip will be in the Zendikar Rising edition. Okay, Zendikar Rising fetches are going to be poised for a bit of a dip, I believe. So when the new ones come out for Modern Horizons 2, you guys will have a chance to buy up those lands when they dip about 30 to 60 days after, maybe as much as 90, but I'm thinking 30 to 60 days after supply starts flowing into the market, especially when people can get back into their LGSs to hang out and play a bit. That's when you're going to see just a bit of a dip. Now, it may only be a 10-15% dip, but that's still $8-10 off a card, right? Buy 10 of them. I know that's a lot of money still for some people, but you buy that many, it's going to add up, guys. Those savings can really add up for future deals later on, and it could be even more depending on which FetchLands you're after. So I thought you guys should know this stuff. You should keep it in mind. Triomes are definitely going to climb more. Pathways are going to hang in there. Shocks are starting to creep up ever so slowly, and the FetchLands are going to be poised for a bit of a dip just because of the new sets coming out. It's something just to keep an eye on if you're in the market for any of these types of lands. Triomes, I would get them now. Pathways, give or take. Shocks, only if you need them right now because they're going to start creeping up. And I think you can wait for these ones on the dip. It's going to be fun to see. All right, guys, put your questions, comments, concerns in the section below. And remember, smash that subscribe button. Join in the fun. We're going to have a cake party at 5K. Can't wait to see you guys there. Have a great one. Enjoy the Sunday. I'll see you guys for the live stream. Live stream tonight, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you made it this far in the video, Necronomicon, baby. Hey guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. You guys are amazing. Big shout out to my patrons, man. Looking forward to the giveaway at the end of the month. We're going to have some fun. Gonna rock it out, man. Looking forward to seeing everyone there. Have an excellent day. Talk to you guys soon. Patrons are awesome. I can't believe too many magic cards on top. Weight on the table. Makes it break. Straighten the table. Fix the table. Straighten it out. Oh, come on. Oh. Okay. Ever have your table break in the middle of filming? Never thought I would say that, but yeah, sometimes the table just snaps in half when there's too many magic cards on it. Imagine that. Were you serious? It was just a joke. Just a joke. No table snap. Just a joke being annoying on a Sunday. Hope your coffee is awesome today, guys. Chill out. See you tonight.